boy Skinny Boy, aka Skinny God on Instagram. That's Skinny God with 2 eyes. Before I get started, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time I put up a new video. You know you want to be a part of Skinny Nation. Today, I want to take the time to talk about some things I've been going through. A lot has happened in the past couple weeks, and today I just kind of want to have a real conversation and be honest about things I'm realizing about myself at age 29 years old. As gay men, the world hates us. And it's the truth. The world hates us. Most of my life, I've felt alone. I have a loving family. I have friends who I know care about me. But I've always walked the world alone. I've always considered myself a strong person who had the courage to live his life honestly, and that made me different than the rest. Different than the gay guys who aren't honest about who they are. I'm stronger because I live my life honestly and in my truth. Only now to kind of realize that I haven't always. I've had a lot of fucked up shit said and done to me throughout my life for being who I am. I've been judged no matter where I went and what I did based on one part of my personality from the time I was 4. Before I even knew I had that part of my personality myself. As gay men, the world hates us, and I titled this video that because it's genuinely the truth. My sexuality has affected me in every aspect of my life. From the time I was 4 years old and a kid said to me, "You're gay," or "You act like a girl," or "You're a fag." And I built this cocoon around myself where nobody else could ever hurt me again. But the truth is, every time I heard one of those words, every time somebody called me one of those things, it affected me, you know? I've always been the type of person that has appeared to be strong because my coping mechanism is I don't care. I don't care. Fuck y'all. I'm going to be myself. These things don't hurt me. Y'all can't hurt me. If I act like y'all can't hurt me, I'm invincible. But I haven't been invincible. I'm realizing now at 25 years old that it's affected me. It has. In my dealings with everything in life, I've never really allowed myself to feel my real emotions because I've covered it up with toughness. I've always had people attack my masculinity and attack my manhood. So my logic was to protect my manhood. They can't see me sweat. They can't see me cry. But I did a lot of crying throughout my life. Now I'm at a point in my life where I am comfortable with who I am, but I'm dealing with a lot of residual pain and dysfunction because I never handled things properly. I just, stored it. All the bullying and the fighting and the family members not accepting me and the family members just dealing with me because they don't really understand who I am or why I am the way I am. I think my whole life I've still felt alone, even with people around me, even with my best friend and my mom and my dad and my grandparents and my brothers and sisters. Nobody knows what it's like to be a gay black man, a gay black man in poverty, no less. Um, Nobody knows what that's like. Nobody knows that the world is against you, unless you're walking in our shoes. And I'm a really dysfunctional person because of it. I've never really had a real relationship. I've never really had somebody to love me. I watched it happen around me for people, and I think from young, I told myself I was never going to have that. In fact, I told myself I didn't want that because I knew I couldn't have it. I look at my sisters and their children, and I told myself I don't want kids because it was never an option for me. I told myself I never want to get married because I didn't think it was ever an option for me. And if I allow myself to want those things, I'm just going to be hurt in the long run. Every day in school, I dealt with people commenting on who I am. Most boys wish to get amazing things on their birthdays and Christmases, and every single time as a kid when I had a birthday cake, I wished that I was straight. I wish that I could be normal and I would have a normal life and my parents wouldn't be disappointed in me and I could fit in with everybody else. I didn't think these things still bother me. Growing up with a life full of judgment, people judging you before they even get to know you, um, you have to protect yourself some way. And my way was pretending. I would even tell my best friend, because she has issues with her weight, and she used to tell me, I look up to you so much because you're so confident, because you just are who you are, and you don't give a fuck what nobody think. But it was a mask. And I used to tell her, fuck what everybody think, you know? Fuck what everybody think because you gotta walk in your shoes and you gotta walk in your skin. But I realize now that when I was young, I was looking for love in a lot of ways that weren't healthy for me. I did a lot of things with a lot of people because it meant it made me feel special. It made me feel like somebody loved me. But people don't know what it's like, you know? Living your life in the dark and having that one moment of passion make you feel like somebody gives a fuck about me. But when you leave that room and when you finish doing what you're doing, you right back to where you were. I've I've really just felt lonely my whole life, and it's just like everything is coming to the surface now. I've decided to go see a therapist and talk to a therapist about some issues I've been having with myself. You convince yourself that you're happy. I mean, I graduated school. I had my own car. I got my own money. I've accomplished something for myself. But there's still that thing in the back of my mind that just says, I don't get certain things because I don't deserve it, because of who I am. And I know I'm so much more than that, but sometimes I don't feel like it. Sometimes I just feel like I'm alive, you know, I'm not living. I've had times where I'm just drinking and partying to numb the loneliness or numb the pain. And I can't do that no more. It's really time to get real with myself and figure out what makes me happy. But in order to do that, I gotta, clean out my closet and unpack issues I've been dealing with, because I never really talked to anybody about these things, my family included, because when people are bullying you and gay bashing you and judging you everywhere, I didn't go talk to my parents about it because I wanted to be a man about it. And I thought being a man was handling it, but really I just buried it. My personality has always been one that presents as strong and powerful and in control of everything. And I guess I'm realizing I've never really had control. Y'all don't know what it feel like to reach to hold a man's hand and he pulls it away from you because he's scared people looking, or being nervous to kiss a guy you like, or only see a guy in the shadows, or um, having guys be embarrassed to talk to you, or um, having your father find gay porn on the computer and just be so embarrassed and so disappointed by you, and having your sister imply you have HIV because you're gay, or having kids call you a little girl when you're in elementary school, or having a teacher call you a fag and watch people bullying you and just let it go because he feels you deserve it. I mean, throughout my life, this one little part of me has affected every single part of my life. Like, you know what I mean? Even when I dress in a way that I feel comfortable, people stare. And I used to always say that I like the attention. And a part of me does, but I know why they're looking, you know? My whole life I felt like an outsider looking into the world. And I guess I still deep down feel like I don't belong. The isolation is tormenting, to be honest. So I just want to take a moment to get real and tell y'all that it's important to get help, and it's important to talk to somebody about the things you're going through, because nobody can live alone. We're social animals, and we need each other. And I'm gonna be alright. So, like I said, like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell, and I'm gonna learn to survive if the world hates me or not. Because I'm gonna learn to love myself.